Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry about the glare in the background, it's the sun and all that. So, yeah, I'm doing this video this afternoon for our premiere video for May 15th. So, hopefully, you will enjoy this premiere video for an album I did not think I was going to review, but I decided, what the hell, give it a shot, see what I think of it. For Tilian Pearson's new record, or Tilian Vertigo. The former Dance Gavin Dance member, that former Dance Gavin Dance singer that I'm reviewing his music now to let you know what I was going to think of this 12-track album of a 41-minute record. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 12 tracks on this record and let you know my thoughts on Vertigo overall by Tilian. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with Bad Advice. Off the bat, a strong track. I actually like the opening song. I mean, there are some moments in the verses that don't sound great, but everything else, like the chorus, shines very well with Tilian singing. But other than that, I think the track, it's probably one of the best songs on the record. The only good song on the record. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Then we get to Angel, which is kind of a snooze fest to get through. This one is just disappointingly boring. I just didn't like how Tilian Pearson was singing this track pretty much. Overall, it's a letdown, this track. When I first heard it back in like October of last year is I think when it came out, one of the worst songs of 2024. One of them. But it's not the worst of the worst, but it's still a bad track. So 2.75 out of 5. Godsend is going to get a 3.75 out of 5. I don't know. This one did have its good moments and its mediocre moments. So I was a little let down by this one because Tilian Pearson screaming gets a little underwhelming to listen to. It's a little underwhelming to listen through because of the fact that he tries too hard to make the song sound good. The drum work's great. It's just the vocals from Tilian that's kind of hit or miss in this one. 3.75 out of 5. Imitation, I meant to say. I said it wrong. Imitation. Good song. Not the worst track, but I do dig it, and it's with how it sounds. I mean, some of the beat and the melody is alright, but execution-wise, I think Tilian Pearson made his vocals work for this track for the most part. So 4.5 out of 5. Pieces back together. Good song too. I mean, some of the vocals from Tilian Pearson is hit or miss, but you're in for something interesting of a track. I mean, vocally, his vocals do sound a little odd at times, but for how it is, it starts off with some weird vocal moments from him, but it performs alright for the melody as a whole. 4.5 out of 5. Wonderland was kind of like above average. It wasn't one of the best tracks I've listened to, but it's not one of the worst I've listened to. So I'd give it a 4.25 out of 5. The drumming in it's pretty solid, but the way Tilian is singing it from time to time, as the track progresses, it kind of relies on the chorus too much, and it just is like, it's this alright song, but not one of the best. Savages is a decent track. I'm just not a fan of some of the screaming moments in the track with Tilian screaming. I don't know, it just, something about it doesn't work. His regular vocals work for most of it. And overall, I think this track tried, but it didn't excel with the execution. So, the execution wasn't really there with how the song was performing. So 4 out of 5. Come Alive, alright song for how it is. It's not one of the worst tracks, but it's not one of the best tracks that I've listened to. So 4.25 out of 5. At least the beat was alright for how it is. Just the way Tilian's singing it from time to time, it's hit or miss, but not to the extent where I hated this track. Recover is one of the singles. I think one of the second to last singles for the record, but overall, it's solid for how it is. I'd give it a 4.25 out of 5 as well with this one. I think Tilian Pearson's vocals sound alright in this one, but there are some annoying aspects with his vocal range in this one. I don't know if I can get on board, but not to the extent where it's that terrible. 4.25 out of 5. Inner Child is a alright track. I'd give it a 4.25 out of 5 as well. This one did have some good moments with his singing and somewhat of his aggressive vocals at times. But with this one, it's alright for how it sounds. 4.25 out of 5. Give me a second, I gotta pause the video real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Had to pause the video. I was letting my cat out for a moment. So, Inner Child is a 4.25 out of 5 for this one. I don't know. This one had its alright moments, but execution-wise it was hit or miss. Days in Hell is a good track for how it sounds. I don't hate how it is. It's just with the drumming, it's pretty solid. And guitar work and Tilian Pearson's vocals are pretty strong. So, for this one, it's fine. I like the chorus when it comes in. So, it's a 4.5 out of 5. Vertigo is the closing track to the record. And off the bat, it's not a bad closing track for how it is. I'm sorry, something got in my mouth for a second. Give me a second. Sorry again, guys, for pausing the video. My mom was talking to me for a second. So, pretty much Vertigo is the closing track to this record, and it's not terrible, but it's solid for how it is. It's a good song to close it, but there are some critiques I have with how Tilian Pearson's singing the track. So this is a 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, do I necessarily hate this record? I think it's kind of okay. It's not the best record I've listened to. And keep in mind, this is the same previous lead singer of Dance Gavin Dance, that was with them but left due to sexual assault allegations. I can't really defend this record that much, but I can say there are a couple tracks I could come back to, like Bad Advice is one of them. Days in Hell, Vertigo, I guess Imitation is another one that I could get into a little, but Pieces Back Together is a solid one too. I could probably see if that one would grow on me. But for the most part, it's an okay record. It's not one of the worst albums of 2025, but it's not something I was really hyped about. So, if I were to give Tilian Pearson's Vertigo album a score, or Tilian is what he goes by, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's okay. Not one of the worst, but not one of the best. I was hit or miss with this one. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to give it a 6 or a 6.5 out of 10. Which, I think it's okay enough to give a 6.5 out of 10. So, not everything is bad. The first track you're going to like, Bad Advice. That is one of the best tracks on the record. Everything else is like hit or miss. Except for Angel, that was one of the worst tracks. I didn't really like that one. I just wasn't on board with that one. Even when it came out last year, I was not feeling for that song. So, 6.5 out of 10 for Tilian's new record, Vertigo. Thanks for watching this album review this afternoon.